Hi friends, today I'm live to share with you all a very important issue which we are not noticing much with nearly 2-3 military people or defense people dying. We are getting out, we are bringing out our patriotism to show concern, or to show the love we have for the country and the care we take for our own people. But unnoticingly, the terrorism has not entered not only through borders but in different forms, that we have to very much understand. One such incident is the clinical trials. We India has been claiming very big that we are the largest almost one of the biggest exporters of pharmaceutical products. The report says that nearly $19.2 billion in 2018 to 2019 our pharmaceutical exports are. So that shows the sort of pharmaceutical business we have been doing. But we are in the process of being a big pharmaceutical industry. We are forgetting what's happening or what's making this to happen. One such thing is nearly from 2010 to 2017, nearly 24,000 death issues have been reported, that too on paper, because of the clinical trials being conducted on our Indian people. Most of the pharmaceutical industry is considering third world countries like India. Yes, what I am saying is absolutely right. What the Westerners or most of the countries, the pharmaceutical or whomever manufacturing industries, do think India as a third world country, and Africa too. That is the reason why they have been with full freedom. They have been conducting lot of clinical trials without any proper following of proper rules. That is the reason why many deaths have been reporting. These these clinical trials have been are being conducted. In fact, are being conducted on the people of villages, people of slum areas, people of backward castes, and people lying in forests. Such kind of people whom not many will complain about. So on such people, they have been conducting these clinical trials, which is because of which many people are dying. One such incident happened in Andhra, that is on a clinical trial conducted on Gardasil medicine, where nearly 24,000 victims have been identified because of the Gardasil medicine the Gardasil clinical trials being conducted on our people. But none of the media or none of the government have taken enough steps to counter this, or to bring the proper regulatory measures to follow for a drug to be coming out without these sort of killings. So this is a very serious issue which we have. If in a terrorist attack, how many people will die? In a terrorist attack, if 500 people die, media and everyone is making a hell lot of news on it. But nearly 24,000 people are dying because of the clinical trials, but none have any sort of, none of us, in fact, none of us has any sort of courtesy, or none of us are paying attention to such kind of things. Not only clinical trials, you take the current trauma running on farmers. Actually, many farmers, it's reported that nearly 275,000 farmers died in past 5 years. In fact, it's because of some fertilizers industries failing to deliver that. So these kind of, especially the clinical trials, has been continuously going on in the Western countries. When these kind of clinical trials happened and when people died, so they were fined very badly and kicked out of their country. Those sort of companies are coming into India and they're conducting clinical trials very freely. So this is very, this is a sort of terrorism, in fact, because our people are getting killed just for nothing, actually, just for their monetary benefits, or to earn profits. They are conducting clinical trials. Why can't you conduct in other countries? Even in other countries it's happening, but they are being fined by the governments very, very rigorously. So even such sort of companies who were found outside India were happily with full freedom in the name of development. We are allowing them here to conduct clinical trials, which is resulting in many people deaths. So this is one such serious issue which I think we have to pay attention, and this has to be considered as a part of national security. Without which we cannot, terrorism doesn't mean putting a bomb or killing a man directly with a gun. But this is also a sort of terrorism which we are not noticing. So I think we have to consider this particular issue little seriously and start digging into it. And also I request everyone who use different sort of medicines, I request them, please do a proper research before using any medicine. This Gardasil medicine was given to the people in the name of for the victims of cervical, for the expecting that cervical cancer may come to women. But many people, because of the side effects of this medicine, that few people died, few people lost the ability to deliver a baby, in fact. This is a very, very serious concern. Only in the part of Telangana, 24,000 women were affected. When in 2011, when I personally went to the government, when I went to all the women protection cells, when I went to even the collectorate, everywhere, to the media, none of us even cared. Only in TV9 they did forecast, one program on Gardasil. But none was taken into serious, and none had interest to debate when 24,000 people in one area got affected and many were death cases. So none had interest to raise an issue on the be it in the assembly, be it in the parliament, be it in the public discussion forums. None had interest on that actually. But whereas even a small issue, some movie star comes, our media makes big hell out of it. But when these kind of people are dying, we don't care such kind of things, which is a very, very, very serious issue, which other countries have taken it very, very, very seriously and have been fining these companies very badly and having proper regulatory rules for a drug to come out, instead of promoting this sort of terrorism being conducted in the name of clinical trials. I think we have to counter it. India is becoming, Indians are made like a guinea pigs, to experiment on different vaccines, which is resulting in many people deaths, which is going unnoticed, in fact, because it is concentrated on the poor people, it is concentrated on the backward community people, it is concentrated on the the people who are living in the forests, the Girijans. On all these people they are connecting, and they don't have the people to fight for them, and that is the reason why these clinical trials are being conducted on them, that too with the governmental support. And we happily claim that we are one of the biggest pharmaceutical exporter pharmaceutical product exporter. So I think this we need to focus on this a little bit, because this is also a form of terrorism, because people are being killed for nothing. So I think people consider. So I just to put a case, even I forgot the same cervical cancer issue which the Gardasil the medicine was promoted, because of the lot of experiments being done. Today we see in women especially, many people are facing cancer related issues, especially in women we see too much actually. So I think we have to be little careful regarding the health, because this is a easy target, easy way to target public actually. So this is also a form of clinical trials going wrong, is also a form of terrorism, which I request government of India and even people to pay attention to it. If not, definitely we are already facing the consequences, and we continue to face the consequences. Thank you. Jai Hind.